Hi friends, this is a very fun and interesting cucumber experiment. I hope that you will watch it till end. I have one Iznik cucumber plant growing in this Aerogarden Harvest Slim. It is 100 days old and it already produced many cucumbers. The growth of this plant never stopped. It is continuously producing side branches and they are quickly getting long. If you watched any of my cucumber experiments, I mentioned that I cut the vines to stop the growth of the plant and shift the energy towards the development of cucumbers. This process not only helped the development of cucumbers, it also stopped the plant from going out of control. Here is an example showing the vines that are going out of control. If I don't cut these vines, these will also go out of control very soon. So I am cutting it now. Make sure you are leaving a good portion of the vine on the plant and that has some flower buds and baby cucumbers. Now instead of throwing this vine into trash, I will propagate it and make it a new plant. It is very simple and straightforward. Just make a note of few things. Remove the leaves, any side growth and any flower buds from a few nodes at the bottom. Having these nodes at the bottom of the cutting is very important. This is where the roots will develop. So keep these nodes clean and make sure these nodes are soaking in the water. Now take a tall glass with plain water and drop the cutting into the water. Make sure you have enough water in the glass and at least 2 nodes are touching the water. These are the cuttings I placed a few days ago. If you look at this cutting, it has 2 nodes at the bottom and I made sure the water is touching both nodes. Now I see the roots developed at both nodes. I see 2 nice roots at the bottom node and 1 nice root at the second node. This cutting is perfectly ready to transplant. Here is the second cutting and it has exact same pattern. This is the third cutting. It is little long and only 1 node is touching the water. So the roots developed at the bottom node only. This is also good enough, but more roots are always better. Since this process is working very well and I am kind of addicted to cucumbers, I am making more plants. At the same time, it is the beginning of the summer and I will be starting my outdoor garden soon. So I can definitely make use of all these cuttings. Alright, now I have a few cuttings ready and I am transplanting one cutting to Aerogarden Harvest. This is a midvine cutting. Usually midvine cuttings take more time to develop, but they will eventually make it. I am not using any sponge for this cutting. I am directly placing it into the basket. It is little difficult to pull the roots through the pot baskets, but they will make it. Finally, cover the pot with some aluminum foil to block the light. It is a little bit of work, but not a big deal. That's it, the garden is ready. It's been 15 days. Plant established very well and it even started developing a nice cucumber. This cucumber is already half the size of a typical matured cucumber. At the same time, I see new vines on this plant with lots of fresh and healthy growth. Day 35. Look at this beautiful cucumber. Plant is still very small, but it already has a fully matured cucumber. I see 3 more cucumbers showing some progress. They are looking little weak and growing little odd. Maybe this matured cucumber is taking up all the energy from the plant. I will harvest this cucumber now and see if that will help other cucumbers to grow better. Here it is, nice and beautiful, and the perfect size. I am also removing some older leaves. All set. Let's see how this little gem turns out from this point. Day 50. 2 more cucumbers are perfectly ready. This is amazing. Plant is still growing well and showing lots of fresh growth. Now that the vine is about 3 feet long, I am cutting the tip of the vine to stop the growth of this vine. This is what I do all the time to keep the plant under my control. Now I am harvesting these 2 cucumbers. It is amazing that I could harvest 3 cucumbers from this plant within 50 days. Superb! Here is one more plant I started from cutting. This is also growing in Aerogarden harvest. This plant is about 40 days old and it has 2 nice cucumbers growing. So this method is working very well. I will never start the cucumber plants from seeds. Whenever I think the cucumber plants are reaching their end of life, I will take a cutting and start over. It is time to cut the cucumbers and see how they look inside. Wow, they look amazing, juicy and fleshy. Time to give it a taste test. Wow, very tasty. The skin is little bit thick and it is crunchy. Overall, amazing taste. Store-bought cucumbers are no way comparable to these fresh cucumbers. It has been many months I stopped buying cucumbers from stores. I am often overloaded with cucumbers from my Aerogardens. One last thing before I wrap up this video, and it is regarding nutrition. Every time when I see the nutrition indicator that comes every 14 days, I am adding 8 ml of Aerogarden nutrients and top up the water. I have to refill the water at least once between the regular feeding cycles. So whenever I refill the water, I am adding 4 ml of nutrients. Altogether, I am adding 12 ml of Aerogarden nutrients in a 14-day period. I am not adding any other supplements. Just the Aerogarden nutrients are well enough. That is all for now. I have few more experiments going on in different hydroponic systems. I will keep you posted with many more cucumber experiments. So please stay tuned. Thanks for watching and happy Aerogardening.